Good morning, children. How are you? I think you are fine. Did you read our previous video? Did you watch it? Okay. That third video I am sending you about maps. See, maps down the ages. In first video, we discussed the maps and a brief information about maps, but in today's video little we go deep into the maps. Once you see today's, the headline is maps down the ages. Today's topic is maps down the ages. Once I make a small reading, you just listen to me. Map making in India. From the very prehistoric times, people have been speculating about the cosmos. Okay, children, here maps making in India, especially in India, we see it from the very prehistoric times. People have been speculating about the cosmos, earth, rivers, seas, skies, etc. Often this speculation was depicted visually. We have a prehistoric painting from Jora in Madhya Pradesh showing land, water and the skies. Cosmographic speculation continued in the Vedic and Puranic times, when it was thought that the earth had 7 islands surrounded by 7 seas arranged in a concentric circle with Mount Meru at the center. See, children, here clearly one map is given. We just study the map. See, Milky Ocean and Airavata Varsha, next and SRN Gavan, and again Hiranyaka Varsha, Sveta Varsha, Neela, and in this map Meru is given middle of this circle, and this Meru is called, that is Mount, actually that is Mount Meru, but they put the Mount Meru in middle, and around that they have drawn these things. And again, what are those down? You see one salt ocean, Bharata Varsha, Himalaya, means related to India. There are Himalaya means related to India, north side of India, we can see. And okay, and Dvipa, Jambu Dvipa is mentioned, and Varsha and Ketu Mala. Okay, so many things are there. And next down you see round world surrounded by water as conceived in Mahabharata. As per the Mahabharata, see this circle map is drawn as per the Mahabharata, on the basis of the Mahabharata. So they have drawn this circle, and here some information is given. And again, once we see it, what is there next, in next slide we see it. And in next slide, see, children, speculating about the cosmos. Cosmos means related to sky or universe. Universe in the sense everything comes. Universe means total comes. Earth and sky, planets and everything comes under cosmos. Next, in that see earth, rivers, seas, skies, etc. Often this speculation was depicted visually. We have a prehistoric paintings from Jaro in Madhya Pradesh showing land, water and the skies. Children, in Madhya Pradesh also. Where is Madhya Pradesh? In India. It is called Madhya Pradesh. That means it is middle of India. In our Madhya Pradesh, there is one place that is called Jaro. That is in Madhya Pradesh, and it is showing some information, that is land, water, and the skies. See here, it is showing what it is showing. We have a prehistoric painting. It is related to prehistoric time. Prehistoric time. One doubt. What is prehistoric? Before we know prehistoric, what is history? First we should know what is history. When writing records, maintaining records started, that is called history or historic period. Pre means before. Pre means before writing, reading, and maintaining records what happened in the world, that was called as prehistoric. Prehistoric. Prepaid we say. Prepaid. Paid means చెల్లించడం. Pre means ముందు. So ముందే చెల్లించడం. That is prehistoric, means before the history. History means when records, reading and writing, maintaining records started, that is called history. What happened before that time? When there was no script, when there was no script, when there was no literacy, when there were no books, the total time, whatever happened, that was comes under prehistoric age. And related to prehistoric age, in our India, one place is there, that is Jaro. Where is that? In our Madhya Pradesh. And in Madhya Pradesh, and it is showing there some of the things. What are there? Madhya Pradesh is showing land, water, and the skies. There is one picture, one art or drawing. In that map, water is there. In that map, land. In that map, sky. Skies related to all they have drawn. Skies they have drawn means they know something about sky. Water they know. Land they know. Next, cosmographic speculation continued in the Vedic and Puranic times. Cosmographic means what I said. Cosmos related to sky or universe. Cosmographic means the study of sky, the study of universe, that is called. Speculation means expecting something, thinking something, that is called cosmographic speculations. Means related to sky, related to universe during the Vedic and Puranic period. During the Vedic and Puranic time also continued. That means the people started thinking about sky, heavenly bodies, planets, sun and earth, moon. About that, during the Vedic times also, the people started thinking and they studied. And as per this information, Vedic means Vedas, you know, Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvana Veda. During that time, Puranic times, Puranas, Ramayana, Mahabharata. During this time also, people had knowledge of something about sky, heavenly bodies and everything. They were not innocent. They were very clever. And in those days, there was no technology. But they thought like anything. They imagined, they expected, they speculated about all the things. When it was thought that the earth had 7 islands surrounded by 7 seas, arranged in a concentric circle with Mount Meru at the center. In previous map, we have seen one map. That is, in that map, Mount Meru is given middle. Mount Meru is given middle. And here you see, earth had 7 islands. This earth had 7 islands. Islands means what? 4 sides water. Yes or no? Or around one place total water is there. Middle land, that is called island. But here earth had 7 islands surrounded by 7 seas. 7 islands are there. Again the earth surrounded by 7 seas. arranged in a concentric circle with Mount Meru at the center. And they have drawn here one map, and that map you see, and in this map Jambu Dvipa and Bharat Khand and Saka Dvipa and Somali Dvipa, and here some of the Dvipas are given. But in our previous slide we have seen that there was Mount Meru in middle. Yes or no? See, India, Bharatavarsha was located on one of the islands called Jambu Dvipa. Our India located, India, another name Bharatavarsha, located one of the islands. There were 7 islands. Okay, in that India was located on one of the islands, that is called Jambu Dvipa. Previously our India's name was Jambu Dvipa. Okay, Jambu Dvipa, because they maintain like that records. Next is architects prepared elaborate plans for Vedic sacrificial altars and building, and a few sketch of these. And at those times architects and maybe engineers, architects means engineers, are the planners, the designers. They prepared elaborate plans, they studied like anything, and they planned like anything, and they prepared so many things. See, plans for Vedic sacrificial altars. During the Vedic times means Vedas time, there were some sacrificial altars. See, if you go to temples, some of the temples, that 7th class you already you studied, Pochamma, Maisamma, Polerama. At the temples they cut some animals, they cut some animals, and that place is called sacrificial place or holy place. Yes or no? And altars, altar means it is a holy place in temple where this animal cutting and pujas worship takes place. And this type of things already they mentioned there. And next is, and buildings, and a few sketches of these have survived. And related to this Vedic time, some of the maps are available. Survived means survived especially from the medieval period. And during the medieval time what happened, those were available even today also, according to that only these map makers, they prepared so many maps and they collected some information. According to that only this lesson is written. And next slide. And here one map is given, children, you see it very clearly, Bharata Khanda, and one map is given. Okay, next we go to next slide. Children, and Vedic time, and here we also get references to a number of pictorial maps depicting places, especially pilgrim centers, sailors, who sailed along the sea coast of the Indian Ocean too may have maintained elaborate maps, sketches of the coastal line, giving location of ports, shoals, islands. And here, children, the understanding and here many things that especially from the medieval period, we also get references to a number of pictorial maps. Pictorial means in that pictures are there. Pictorial maps means map means we know something they draw. Whatever they want to draw, India map, a map. Telangana map, Telangana. World map means map. In that pictorial maps, pictorial means all pictures are there. Water, sometimes mountains, sometimes oceans, sometimes hills, lakes. In that pictures are there specially. So those maps are called pictorial maps, depicting places. Depicting means showing. Depicting means showing places. Especially which type of places they are showing? Pilgrim centers. Pilgrim centers means what? Temples. Suppose in Himalayas, Badrinath, Kedarnath temples. Pilgrim centers. Big holy places. Mosques, churches, temples we visit. Those are called pilgrim centers. Sailors means who travel on the oceans. To visit some places. Sailors who sail along the sea coast of the Indian Ocean too may have maintained elaborate maps, sketches of the coastal line. Who sailed on the oceans, and in India especially in Indian coastal line, who sailed, they maintained some maps related to coasts. And maintained elaborate sketches of the coastal line, giving location of ports, shoals, islands. No. Sketches of the coastal line, giving location of ports, shoals, islands. Here, who sailed coastal lines of India, they maintained some maps, they drew some maps or sketches, and again see those are available related to ports. Port means what? Where ships and boats stops. That place is called ports, seaports. Next, shoals, SHOALS. Shoals means less depth places, and where we can travel without any danger, that type of places. Islands, where islands are there. Related to this information avails. Because of that, who sailed in the coastal lines of India, they maintained such type of maps. With that, we got information. The understanding of latitudes and longitudes helped in fixing location of various places. These concepts in the 5th century CE, it is not clear if and when these were used in map making. Actually, the understanding of latitudes and longitudes helped in fixing location of various places. We find Aryabhatta using these concepts in the 5th century CE. It is not clear if and when these were used in map making. See, during the 5th century, Aryabhatta, a great mathematician, a great scientist, he gave information about latitudes and longitudes. These latitudes and longitudes give us fixing a place and location of place. And who studied means in the beginning days, Aryabhatta understood what is called latitude, what is called longitude. And with that, you see, the understanding of latitudes and longitudes helped in fixing location of various places. When he got knowledge of latitudes and longitudes, he started fixing the places, locating the places with the help of latitudes and longitudes. With that, it became somewhat easy. See, it is not clear. Only it is not clear if and when these were used in map making. Actually, Aryabhatta used, but those were not available all. Those were not available all. But with little they got, with that our map makers understood something. But when it became more clear means in the Mughal times, but who used first latitudes and longitudes means we must mention actually who? Aryabhatta. Okay, Aryabhatta only mentioned latitudes and longitudes. Next, and first doubt, what is longitude? Yes, and what are called latitudes? See, if you take globe, around the globe parallel lines are there. Around the globe circles are there, parallel lines are there. Those are called latitudes. Those are called latitudes. And again, vertically on the globe some lines are there, and those lines are called longitudes. Those lines are called longitudes. And latitudes and longitudes, these are imaginary lines. These are imaginary lines, but they help us in locating a place. Okay, now in the Mughals times, in the Mughal times, Indian map makers were introduced to the methods of Central Asian map makers, and an atlas was prepared in Jaunpur in the 17th century by Sadiq Isfahani. By Sadiq Isfahani. Actually, during the middle of the time, during the Mughals period means nearly 1523 onwards started. Okay, next to Babar, after Humayun, and Akbar, and Jahangir, Shahjahan, Aurangzeb, we know that. And up to 1700 and 1750 also they continued, they ruled India. See, but during the Mughals times, in Indian maps, there was some development. Methods of Central Asian map makers. And there was one map maker. He was called Sadiq Isfahani. He was called Sadiq Isfahani. And he drew some maps. About what? The methods of Central Asian map makers, and an atlas was prepared in Jaunpur. He prepared one atlas in Jaunpur in the 17th century. 17th century means during the 1700. Okay, 1700, 1800, 1900, 2000. Now today we are in 2020. Okay, during the 17th century, Sadiq Isfahani, he prepared one atlas. He was a great man, and he made a beautiful map, that is atlas. He used latitudes and longitudes to determine location of places in his maps. My God, you see, Sadiq Isfahani directly used latitudes and longitudes for what purpose? To determine location of a places. Determine means to know. Locating means locating particular place. And he used it. But first time, who introduced this concept? Aryabhatta. But after that, and after Aryabhatta's time, 5th century. But Sadiq Isfahani time, 17th century. 1700 means 17th century. By 17th century, and they got full knowledge, some knowledge about latitudes and longitudes, and he prepared atlas, and he started locating places. By the end of the Mughal period, when the British began mapping India, we learn a wide variety of maps in use. Unfortunately, most of these maps are lost, and only few See, but during the British time, after the Mughals, British came. During the Mughals time only, British entered India. Okay, they entered India, and but during their time, they prepared. During their time, what happened? They prepared maps. During their time, they prepared maps, but unfortunately, those were not available. Those were not available. Maps have a long history behind them. Some of the earliest serving maps were made by Sumerians, present day Iraq. Not only Mughals, not only Aryabhatta, and not only uh, Sadiq Isfahani. Before that, also about maps, there was some history. See, present Iraq, the present day Iraq, the present day Iraq, in those days it was called as Sumeria. In those days it was called as Sumeria. And Sumerians made maps. Sumerians made maps. And see, once we see that Sumerians maps, children, you see one Sumerian clay tablet map is given here. That is clay. Clay means raw earthen particles. In Telugu, bankamatti. Yes or no? Clay, jigatamanu. With that, one rectangular shape, it is a clay made it, and that is map. In those days, they prepared that map for their benefits. They prepared that map for their benefits. Once we go to next slide, see children, I make a small reading here. Maps have a long history behind them. Some of the earliest surviving maps were made by Sumerians, present day Iraq. About 4,000 years ago, these were imprinted on only tablets. The Sumerian temples owned large tracts of land. They had to keep on account of income from the lands. That is why they tried to keep records of the lands with the help of maps. Children, 4,000 years ago, actually, the Sumerians temples were there in Sumeria, and in those days the land was under the control of temples. And again, to maintain the land records, see, 4,000 years ago, there were imprinted on clay tablet. The Sumerian temples owned land tracts of land. They had to keep an account of income. So in those days, the total land was under the control of temples. Who were their temples? Generally, priests. And the priests, how many acres of land was under the control of temple? They had to maintain. Again, that land, who was cultivating that land? Somebody. And their name, the cultivator name. Again, how much income the cultivator was getting and how much tax he was paying to the temple. To maintain such type of records, they started maintaining maps. And what type of maps? See, in your textbook clearly given, rectangular shape. Okay, and they started maintaining some maps. Okay, in the beginning days, Sumerians maintained maps. Okay, see, Sumerian temples owned large tracts of land, and they had to keep an account of income from the lands. How much income they were getting from the lands? To maintain that, they had to maintain records, so they maintained. That is why they tried to keep records of the lands with the help of maps. With the help of maps, they maintained records, and that was useful them. Next, Babylonians also the people of present day Iraq. Sumerians also belong to present day Iraq. Next, Babylonians. Babylonians means they were also belong to present day Iraq. These two land areas presently in the Iraq. Babylonians also the people of present day Iraq made some of the earliest world maps. That is the world as they thought of it. Okay, and in those days Babylonians also, whatever they thought, they also maintained some records. We have given below one of the maps drawn on a clay tablet about 2600 years ago. See, 2600 years ago, they drew one map. See, they imagined the world as a round disk. Babylonians imagined the world was round, like a disk, like a disk. Do you know, children, disk means round in shape. Generally, athletics people in sports and games, they use that disk. It is round in shape. Okay, disc throw in Olympics games, so Asian games, they use it round in shape. Like a wheel, you imagine you get like a wheel. Do you know bullock carts? How is the wheel? In middle, somewhat it comes outside. Yes or no? Remaining good, like that only. Car wheel and all this, like the disc shape. They imagine the world as a round disc. The inner circle had all the cities, villages, rivers, marshes, and mountains they knew about. So, whatever they knew in those days, they drew it on the clay. And inner circles had all the cities. Means there are many circles. Inside the circles, villages were there, rivers were there, marshes. Marshes means the place which has mud, no full water, less water, mud. If we walk in that, our legs goes inside. We trap in that mud, burdanelalu. And mountains, these also they drew it in middle of the circle. The city of Babylon was shown in the middle. City also shown in the middle, behind the inner circle. And so after the inner circle, there was bitter river. One river, bitter river or salt water. Okay, bitter river or salt water, Uppu Samudram, ocean, in which there were 7 triangular oceans. They decided 7 triangular oceans. They decided how many oceans, children? 7 triangular oceans. And next slide, around the same time, around the same time, what happened? Greek geographers, these Greek geographers, very talented, intellectuals, brilliants, like see, Anaximander, Hecates of Miletus, now in Turkey, these 2 places, and Herodotus also prepared world maps by arranging places from east to west. Okay, from east to west, and east to west and north. They arranged the places, see, east to west and north. Herodotus also prepared world maps by arranging places from east to west and north to south. Actually, these Greek map makers, they were very intellectuals. They arranged north to south and east to west. And the ideas were similar to the Babylonians, who believed that the earth was a round disk. These people's, Greek people's ideas, Babylonian ideas were same. They imagined, they thought, they speculated, same thing. What? World was round in shape like a disk. World was round in shape like a disk. Next, they traveled widely and wrote down descriptions of the land and people and their histories as they saw or heard about. They prepared maps based on these travels and descriptions. Though these maps have not survived, historians have tried to recreate them with the help of their descriptions. Here also, children, these Greeks, Herodotus and Anaximander and all these people actually traveled on the oceans and on the land many places and thousands of kilometers, but unfortunately whatever they drew, those were not available now. Those were not available now. Next, as you can see in the previous map, they placed Greece in the middle of the map. Greek people also, they drew map, but again they maintained one principle. Greece city they drew middle, and again Babylonians also same thing, the city was in the middle. Sumerians also same thing, city was in the middle. Okay, and Babylonians expected the world was round in disc, and Greek people also expected same thing, the world was round in shape. As you can see in the previous map, they placed Greece in the middle of the map. Good. They also divided the world into three continents. Greek people divided the world into three continents. What? Europe. Number one is Europe. Second one is Libya. Second one is Libya, means Africa. Now that is called Libya, one country. It is located in Africa continent. And Asia, all of which were separated by Mediterranean Sea, map 4th. See, actually these Greek people mentioned in their maps, three continents were there. First one Europe, second one Libya or Africa, third one is Asia, and which were separated by Mediterranean Sea. These were separated by Mediterranean Sea. Now where is Mediterranean Sea? North of Africa continent, south of Europe continent, and west of Asia continent. In middle it is located. Okay, very good. Next, the Greeks, after them the Romans were greatly interested in making maps and knowing about places near and far. After the Greeks and Romans concentrated on map making, traveling and far, near and far, and they wanted to conquer the world. Romans, they had an idea about conquering the world, means ruling the world, occupying the world, bringing the world under their control. With that idea, they started traveling different places, build colonies in far off places and trade with them. Here also they built number of colonies. Colonies means occupying particular areas, politically bringing them under their control and ruling, suppressing the local people, ruling them, collecting taxes. Like that, see, they wanted to conquer the world. First, build colonies in far off places and trade with them, and traded with them. Okay, producing, manufacturing goods, selling them and earning money. You may have heard of Alexander. Alexander, a famous, a great warrior. Alexander means the world winner. Yes or no? So a Greek king who tried to conquer whole world and came as India some 2003 years ago. That Alexander came to India also and fought with that a great Indian warrior and brave king. Who was, do you know? Porus, Purushottama. Rakhi festival related to Porus. Okay, but if I explain about again Rakhi festival, our topic goes very lengthy, you will get bored, but I stop it. Similarly, Roman traders had established trading centers on Indian coasts to which they came by ships. They traded with India, and trading centers they established on coastal places. My God, they were very clever. Maps became useful and necessary for them. Okay, maps became useful, necessary for them. Okay, children, this lesson is about maps. Maps help us locating places. Okay, that's all. And today I am going to finish this topic. I stop here itself, but you read. First thing, children, you please buy textbooks, because without textbooks you cannot. And next, when you buy the textbooks, you will get an idea, and new textbooks, and give us good smell. Do you know? New textbooks. and we can refer. We once you open total book, see all the maps, diagrams, then slowly go through the lesson, study. Okay. And nothing is there, read the lesson again and again. That is homework, developing reading skill. Today's homework is developing reading skill, and you just to draw one small map. Map number 2, page number 2, map number 2, page number 2, that is round. Okay, it is round in circle, and that milky ocean you want to draw and put in my WhatsApp. I correct and give you. Okay, see you, bye bye, thank you.